before that will be Jaymes O'Farron, our first presenter this evening. And he's going to tell us a little bit about how we put these things together in a speech called Crafting a Compelling and Collaborative Script. Jaymes, tell us about that, please.
How are you going to actually create the things that you're going to make into the amazing final work of art that Marvin is going to tell us how to create? Because without video, you can't really edit video now, can you? And when you want to record something, but what are we going to record? What is the message that we want to convey to our audience? That is a bit of what I'm going to try and help you with today. This is going to cover writing, marketing, and even some community leadership bits. So there's a lot to cover in this little speech of mine here tonight. First, I'm going to give a brief overview of copywriting, which has nothing to do with public domain and whether or not you can, copy something out of a book. Copywriting with a W-R-I-T as opposed to an R-I-G-H-T is when you are writing copy, which is a technical term for stuff that makes people do things, not spells, marketing stuff. This is a very fine and delicate art, which some people consider manipulative, but really it's just influence. It's being persuasive and authentic in what you're saying in a way that helps to capture people's imaginations and draw them into your message so that they can hear with open hearts what you want to offer them. So how do we do that? There's a lot to cover, but there's three specific things that I want to bring up. The first one is to talk about benefits, not features. Benefits, not features. You can say, we have a whirligig, but if nobody knows they want a whirligig, they're not going to care. So what you have to instead say is that you have a problem and we have a solution, which is the second piece. Offer clear solutions to clear pain points. Say, instead of saying, we like to use big words at our meeting, say, well, have you ever felt left out because your vocabulary was of an echelon higher than what other people are at around you and you couldn't really express your nerdiness? Then come to Toast Nerdmasters and you can feel welcomed and share your verbiage freely. So you connect a pain point that people have felt like, I don't really feel like I can express my nerdiness as well as I can. And offer a clear benefit and a solution. Also, think about what makes you unique. So we've talked about people when trying to define their club. And it's like, well, we're friendly. Well, hopefully every Toastmasters club is friendly. But what makes you specially friendly? Who are you particularly friendly towards? Now, us, we're friendly towards nerds. That's kind of in the branding. It's in the name. We love drawing people in who are defined by their curiosity. That makes us unique, makes us special. Sound Advice, another club that I'm a member of, is all about helping leaders grow in Toastmasters, particularly in District 32. Very valuable, very useful, makes us unique. Laugh Lab, all about storytelling and helping people laugh. Very unique. These are things that define and make your club special. So talk about benefits, not features. Offer clear solutions to clear pain points, and then wrap it all up and use it to describe what makes you unique. These are the core principles of copywriting. This is the kind of stuff you want to capture in your promo video. But you can't just write an essay and expect people to really be able to read it effectively. This comes in to the second piece of my presentation here and what I'll be talking about. Making sure I have there he is. Almost lost Merlin there for a moment. He fell into the time vortex. When you are writing copy for a script, for a movie, it's different. Just like writing a screenplay for a movie is different from writing a novel. It will have a different style, a different feel, a different voice, because it will be using the voice. You're writing for the ear, not the eye. And there's several very distinct differences. The first one is that you actually have to use a smaller vocabulary. Did you know that? When we read things, we have a massive vocabulary. When we write things, we have a slightly smaller vocabulary. When we're hearing things, it's a yet smaller vocabulary. When we say things, we have the smallest vocabulary of all. So you need to realize that you can't use your full vernacular when you're doing this. Otherwise, people will not always be able to catch it properly. Also, when you're structuring your sentences, you need to have phrases that breathe right. Don't have sentences that go longer than a full breath. So in one of the sentences in our promo script, here's one of the sentences. Whether you identify as a gamer, technology nut, or just have a commitment to studying how technology is changing and improving both leadership and communication, our Nerd Herd has a place for you. So what that means is I have a whole sentence. There's a pause there. I made sure that when I ran out of breath, there's a dramatic pause that leads into the last phrase. It breathes naturally. You have to think about these kinds of things. Also think about how it will flow with inflection. People get mistaken on where emphases might naturally land on words where you don't actually want them to work and not to stumble over how they want to say things. So you want to tie it in together. Think about these things. Use a smaller vocabulary, have phrases that breathe right, and think about how it flows with inflection. But how do you capture these thoughts and make them resonate with your club? So we have copywriting, we have writing for the ear versus writing for the eye, and the last, pulling together disparate ideas from people in your club into a unifying identity and a call to action. So what I did for Nerdmasters, I sent out a survey and I asked questions about what makes Nerdmasters special for you. Why do you like coming to Nerdmasters? If you were going to say in one sentence how awesome Nerdmasters is, what would you say? And I looked at them and I saw some themes and patterns that are coming out, words that popped up very frequently. And I pulled those together. I condensed them down, reinforced them against each other, and organized them into an arc, like writing a story from challenges and things that people struggle with, having those pain points, like I mentioned earlier, how we solve them and how we uniquely meet those and provide solutions, leading into those clear solutions. And then I refined it and tweaked it to make sure that it breathed properly and it felt natural and it flowed. So this is how you create a script for a Toastmasters promo video. If you need help, because it's not an easy thing to do, and I love doing this kind of thing. If you get stuck, let me know, and I will try to help. I love editing and helping people out with this kind of thing. So hope you have an awesome time and create a fantastic promo video for your club. Thank you.
Game over.